Engines have fired up here at Pikes Peak International Raceway here, and welcome along, as always, to the NAPA Pro Series. Edward Ziemba, though, on pole on the outside of him, car number 63 of Jake Rogers. How about that for Joseph Strigley Racing? They've been one of those new teams you probably should look out for in 2020 as they are moving over to Dodge next year. But Ziemba, though, on the pole here, the South Boston winner, trying to lead us down for the green flag. Pace car is off as the field getting set to go green, and there it is. Green flag is out in the air. We're racing here at Pikes Peak. Already 3 wide into turn number 1. James Ellison looking to try and take third away from both Samuel England and Austin Murray. And off of turn 2, it looks like it's going to be James Ellison in that third position. Great pass by him, and is now on the hard charge on Jake Rogers in car number 63. That's Austin Murray, excuse me, in that 70 car. You see there the field already getting stacked up to 2 wide action. Double file racing early on. Track position is key early on at Pikes Peak, and Edward Ziemba, though, still navigating his way forward in car number 94, looking to try and extend that gap, but James Ellison, though, looking for the second position, while you saw the 41 car. Ryan Reed made it 3 wide for a moment, and Blake Warren goes to the bottom of the track, trying to also take that position away from Samuel England in car number 56. But lap number 2 is led by Edward Ziemba this time around, and here comes Blake Warren again to the bottom of the racetrack, 3 wide in turn number 1 yet again, and Blake Warren really pressing the issue early on. Very aggressive maneuver here for car number 8. Blake Warren looking to be a promising star here with Flipside. They have a lot of high hopes for car number 8 this year, and maybe for next year if Blake Warren can retain that seat. But as of right now, though, Edward Ziemba maintained the gap early on. He's trying to run away from the rest of the pack. 3 wide action though in the middle of the pack. This is all near the top 10, or really the outskirts of that top 10. Eric Rodriguez, Nicholas Guerrero, there you see car number 80 of Ryan Butcher and Cal Farrell, the points leader, coming in here. Farrell is looking to try and clinch his first ever NAPA Pro Series champion, trying to be the first ever NAPA Pro Series champion to be exact, and is now trying to regain some track position. Did not qualify too well, but qualifying doesn't really mean anything here, because you just need to finish well in the race in order to get some good points and traction coming into the next few races. There you see Doug Lockrow making it 3 wide, Levi Pascoe doing the same thing on car number 65 of Zachary Bilson, I believe, unless that's Jimmy Jr. That is Jimmy Jr., excuse me there. And there you see back to the bottom of the track. You see these cars just trying to hug the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get towards that yellow line or that white line. As you see now, Lockrow trying to get around Ryan Butcher for position, car number 24, trying to get in the hard charge here for Flying Aces here. Lockrow's had some bad luck, to say the least, in terms of mechanical issues, and Lockrow trying to get a late season lunge in that 24 machine, just not able to really get that run off the corner. Cal Farrell, though, keeping his ground on the inside. Butcher still holding his ground on the outside there. Great momentum from car number 80. Remember, this team, that Anjato team, won at New Hampshire, so they're looking to try and repeat some great momentum. And Austin Murray still in a great position, but the battle for the lead is on between Edward Ziemba and James Ellison, making a move to the inside. Blake Warren wanting to make it 3 wide for a brief moment, but it's the Chevy 1 through 4 at the moment. All different teams, to say the least. 2 Flipside, 1 S3, and 1 Texan at the moment. But Ellison fighting back on that inside group. Here comes Blake Warren in the picture with a full head of steam. He's wanting to get that position away. And now into turn 1, Warren now on the back bumper of car number 5 with Ryan Reed still right behind, willing to give assistance to Blake Warren. Those two have formed an alliance in this latter half, and they're going to be coming strong in 2020 in the Hardee's National Series, with both of them aligned to each other here, looking to have a close partnership at the moment, but they're still side by side for the lead. Edward Ziemba certainly not giving up without a fight here. And James Ellison doing a great job here. Ellison looking to regain some points here in car number 5. Remember, he is pretty far down behind Cal Farrell in terms of the deficit. So they're really just trying to get a great advantage, while Cal Farrell is just a little bit mired back, just a little bit in the outskirts of that top 10 area. But they're still side by side for this lead. Edward Ziemba just keeping his car, that grip just kicking in for that Adidas machine. And Edward Ziemba just doing a great job here. Remember, he's going to full-time for Rodriguez Racing in 2020, so great future for him in the making. And They're really just nobody's willing to give up without a fight here, and we're only at lap number 12 of 75, and the lead is already fierce as ever. You see the field already getting stacked up. Right behind him, Ziemba now puts the block, got the run off the corner, and is able to hold on to the lead. A grand fight between the 94 and the 5 here, and Ziemba still in command of the race lead. Blake Warren is now up to second and is now charging for the race lead. A dive bomb into turn 1, sending it to the inside of his teammate. And Blake Warren has been under the shadows of Edward Ziemba, but today he really wants to be the one on top as they're side by side for the race lead. Ziemba trying to keep his ground up top just like he did with Ellison, but Warren just getting the center off the corner. Great apex from car number 8, and off the final corner, Blake Warren's going to be able to take the lead, and he has a shot at getting this dub here today. And there you see James Ellison getting pressured by Ryan Reed. There is Austin Murray in car number 70, still keeping his ground inside that top 5. Great effort for the 70 team. And then you see Jake Rogers, Eric Rodriguez, Nicholas Guerrero trying to get around Jacob Rose, but Rose keeps his ground up top. There you see Kyle Farrell, though, getting hounded by Doug Lockrow in the 24. Lockrow's car has been coming to life these past couple laps, and both the Flying Aces cars are trying to march their way to the front here, with that 05 car just a little bit outside the top 10, and now making a move underneath Jacob Rose. Rose staying to the top, while you see Ryan Reed trying to take that 3rd spot away, and Reed trying to have a great run here. Reed's been kind of a little bit under the radar in terms of some great runs, and Texas Motorsports has a little bit of a downslope this year in terms of the NAPA Pro Series, but they're really trying to keep their momentum just as strong as ever as they are in the Hardee's National Series, and really that inside line trying to kick in the best of their ability here. Really, these drivers trying to experiment with both lines of the track. The inside line proving to be a little bit advantageous in the centers you see there, and Reed just able to get the bite off that corner. And there you see Samuel England trying to get around Austin Murray just behind the 41 there, and you see England's car just kind of also trying to get the grip on the bottom of the track here, and it looks like he'll be able to take that spot away without much of a hassle, as James Ellison, though, is going to be able to have an opportunity to hug that bottom of the racetrack. Ryan Reed now making a move to the bottom of the racetrack, and that is for the runner-up spot. This is important for Ryan Reed here, and he goes to the inside of Ziemba. Ziemba still trying to fight back again, trying to replicate what he did with James Ellison, but Reed just having the better power in the car, and to the inside he went, saved his tires well, and easily passes Edward Ziemba, as Blake Warren still trying to maintain that half of a second lead over car number 41 by a mere few car lengths over that car. But Ryan Reed now up to P2, lost a little bit of ground obviously just because of battling, but now you see a great gaggle of cars between Nicholas Carrera and the rest of the field on back. Levi Pascal, we haven't really talked about him much. He's kind of fading this championship hunt, but still has a little bit of a shot if he can get things to go in the right direction for this 92 team. But you see the Flying Aces car still duking it out together for that 11th position. There you see Jacob Rose again, great run for him. We need to talk about him quite a lot in this one. Austin Murray, though, trying to hold off on Ian Dutta in car number 77. This is for the 6th position. Eric Rodriguez looking towards the bottom of the track as well, and you see Ryan Butcher making a move underneath Doug Lockrow for position as well, and you see Ian Dutta just trying to keep his ground up top. Again, keeping your ground is quite important here at Pikes Peak, but Austin Murray just having a better corner than that 77 car that time around. Looking near the mid-pack here, there you see the 38 of Tyler Black getting around Alexa Lucian. In car number 40, there is Tip Foster in the 03 car, now making a move to the inside with Nick Breeding in hot pursuit. In car number 88, looking to try and get in the coattails behind that 03 car. Tip Foster, ever since that Eldora win, has not really shown the flashes of speed that we saw in the beginning of the season, but Tip Foster looking to try and get some optimism, some confidence in that car here at the end of this season, as he is also moving up to the Hardee's National Series. In 2020, a lot of these NAPA Pro Series drivers looking confident in their 2020 campaign, at least once they move up to the Hardee's side. So a lot of them looking with high hopes at the end of this year. So then you see there, Jake Rogers getting around Nicholas Carrera and Doug Lockrow. And really, Jake Rogers keeping his ground. Great job for car number 63, and certainly a memorable run here for Joseph Strigley Racing, because we have seen some glimpses of speed that this team has had to offer, and this is one of those races that could determine how quick this team could be when it comes to next year. Ryan Reed is now putting the pressure on Blake Warren and has made his presence known here today as he's now closed in the back bumper of that 8 machine. You can just tell how quicker that 41 car is. Catching them is one thing, but passing him is another. But Blake Warren just keeping his groove, keeping his rhythm, minding his P's and Q's, but Ryan Reed is just put so much immense pressure. He's going a little bit higher off of turn 2, but just look at the exit speed he got off the corner. And now Ryan Reed is trying to put a nose underneath that 8 car. He sends it into the corner, and Blake Warren has to give way because here comes Ryan Reed looking to try and take that race lead away. Side by side off of turn number 4. Blake Warren just slightly ahead with the quarter panel just in front of that 41, but Reed sends it in deep, still trying to take that lead away, looking underneath that 8 car, and they're still side by side, both grooves kicking in. Which one's gonna top out? Blake Warren holds the spot, but Ryan Reed immediately comes down pit lane and to try and do an undercut on car number 8. As you see, a lot of other followers are coming in. Edward Ziemba is looking to do the same. There's James Ellison, Samuel England, both S3 cars also doing the same. Ian Dutta, Nicholas Guerrera also doing the same, as well as Jacob Rose and Justin Johnson in car number 21. Cars staying out of the racetrack here, trying to pull an extra lap. Blake Warren is still staying out, but he comes in this time around, and Blake Warren knows that he's got to have a good stop. It's now up to the pit crews to try and execute to the fullest, and this is going to be crucial because if Blake Warren can top out ahead of, looks like whoever's behind it, Ryan Reed in this case. There you see Reed still in pit lane. He's got a lot of side damage actually, so he might have gotten hit in pit lane, so car number 41's got a lot of repairs to his race machine, so a potential winning car in danger just like that. And the first car out is Edward Ziemba, James Ellison the second one out, England third, and a battle for the 4th car out between Ian Dutta and Guerrera backs off just in time to see if he can get that car up to speed. But now they're trying to get the cars up to temperature. Austin Murray's slipping and sliding, trying to get around James Ellison. He pitted a lap earlier, I believe, so that's why he's battling James Ellison for position. And the 70 car actually able to edge out that 5 car for a brief moment. But Ellison, though, looking to want to fight back, but just couldn't send it in the corner properly there. And there's Blake Warren coming out. Watch the gap between him and Edward Ziemba, and it's a huge gap between him and Edward Ziemba, and Blake Warren looking to be the first one out in terms of the cycle. Samuel England, though, held up there. Eric Rodriguez ekes him out just a little bit off the corner. But here comes England, though. Tires up to temperature, car up to speed. Rodriguez, though, trying to keep that position, trying to regain some track position, to say the least. And Rodriguez just not able to capitalize there. But Blake Warren, though, in command of the race lead. But Austin Murray, though, now in that second position, really trying to take that second spot away from Edward Ziemba as he looks to move to the inside. And this 70 car is very optimistic here. Austin Murray, look at him go in car number 70. Just not able to get the run off the corner, but again, he's just got the nose underneath that quarter panel. Let's see if we can loosen Ziemba up as he sends it into turn number 1, trying to get the car to roll into the center. And off of turn 2 we go. Ziemba still fighting back. A grand battle for the top 5 positions here at Pikes Peak. Great action all around, and Austin Murray is able to clear Edward Ziemba for that second spot. So this is what happened to Ryan Reed when he was coming down pit lane. Daniel Voice was also coming out of his stall, and both of them just collided. Just some miscommunication, and the 41 car ended up stalling. And there you see Jacob Rose just runs into the side, just miscalculated his angle coming down pit lane. And it just turned from bad to worse for Ryan Reed, and what was a promising run for car number 41 ends in a shower of sparks here today. Zachary Bilson now trying to get around Bobo Jones, and here comes Julio Cesar with a full head of steam, and look who's right behind them, Sebastian Kugelon looking to try and find a way around the both of them. He's gonna go 3 wide into turn number 1, an aggressive move by Kugelon, you don't see that every day. And the 55 car looking to try and get 2 birds with 1 stone off the corner. Still side by side, 3 wide down the backstretch. And this is all for the 29th position, Kugelon. Just very aggressive here. Though he's running to the back, they're certainly trying to still get those points that are fundamental in the championship hunt. Though they are outside this championship fight, they are still trying to get some spots on their rivals here. today. You see Kukulon still keeping his ground on the inside, trying to hug the white line as said so many times before. And the 55 car able to get his car off of turn number 2 just fine, clears Bobo Jones and gets that 29th position and is able to hold on for the time being. It's a little bit of a bottleneck effect behind Austin Murray, but Ziemba and Ellison have been putting the pressure, and Ellison now making a move to the inside, a lunge down to the bottom underneath that 94 car, and now trying to roll the car in the center as said, and here he comes trying to take third away. They haven't really lost touch from Blake Warren despite the 1.54 second gap. But the 5 car now looking underneath, trying to clear Edward Ziemba, and is now on the mission to charge on Austin Murray. And Murray, though, doing a great job in that second position here. Really, that win from New Hampshire has really boosted the morale for Anjado here. And Austin Murray putting the block, shutting the door on car number 5 for the moment. And Ellison, though, trying to get the power off the corner, trying to find something to get around that car number 70 here. And gets around Edward Ziemba quite easily, but now you see the car just getting the exit speed he really wants to see, and is now trying to get the slipstream on car number 70 to see if he can set him up for another move to the inside. But at the moment, though, Austin Murray defending beautifully on him, but Blake Warren, though, is just pulling the gap away, gained 3/10 that time around on Austin Murray. I think that 70 car just a lot slower than that 8 car, and Ellison and Ziemba know this, so they're all trying to find something to get around Austin Murray, but Murray even so, grand run for car number 70. Now it's switcheroo time. This time it's Edward Ziemba now going to the bottom of James Ellison, and this is also for position, and the 5 car washes up the hill. Ziemba now holding his ground, but Austin Murray still kind of holding the two of them up. See the gap just increasing more and more. Blake Warren loving what he's seeing, his spotter telling him that these two have been constantly conflicting each other, battling it out together. And Edward Ziemba, though, now having his nose ahead of James Ellison. Ellison still fighting on the top side, a dead heat across the line that moment. And Ziemba, though, just trying to get the proper apex, though. Ellison's apex getting interrupted by the 94. And to the inside goes Ziemba, takes the spot away, but here comes Ellison, fighting back with the exit speed up top, and there you see Nicholas Guerrero in the distance. Don't count him out, because he could actually catch all 3 of those drivers ahead of him to try and get himself into the second spot at most. But right now Ziemba holds his ground, takes the spot away from James Ellison, and is now on the mission to chase down Austin Murray yet again. 2 of them have been swapping it back and forth, and Austin Murray has just been satisfied with them just duking it out together. 7th on down has been relatively close, and Ian Dutta now trying to put a nose on Samuel England's back bumper. And here comes Jimmy Jr. to the top side. He tries to experiment with the top, but Ryan Butcher takes advantage, and he capitalizes on the bottom side. And that 80 car, the Canadian Club car, now making a move now right behind Ian Dutta. Will he make it 3 wide into the corner? Yes, he does, and here comes Butcher to the inside of car number 77 and the 65 alike. And just like so many other drivers, he's trying to take 2 birds with 1 stone, 3 wide down the backstretch, and into turn 3 they're gonna go. It's a matter of who's gonna give into the corner. Nobody's willing to do that, and Ryan Butcher goes up to the 8th position on passing both Ian Dutta and Jimmy Jr. Wonderful pass from car number 80, masterful class from the 80 car as well, and now he's gonna chase down Samuel England while Ian Dutta and Jimmy Jr. are still going at it. Jr. with the run off the corner, Ian Dutta trying to fight back, but it looks like for the time being Jimmy Jr. is going to be able to defend his position properly, but as a result loses one to Ryan Butcher. Trouble for Levi Pasco. His car is not up to power in that Ford Mustang. You see the leader go on by, and Levi Pasco's championship hopes have just gone the drain to a higher extent. He nearly got drilled by Austin Murray there, and that actually might have brought the yellow, and yes it does. He was in the middle of the racetrack there. And for Blake Warren, that is much to his dismay, certainly not what he needed whatsoever here, as they were reaching near the 10 to go mark, and car number 8 had a 3-second lead coming in, and that lead just got Thanos snapped. Just because of it, it evaporates here at Pikes Peak, and the complexion of this race has changed to a whole nother level. While under caution, Bob Burns and Levi Pasco collided, Pasco getting the car repaired, and just really spun out the 67, both of them trying to really go for one thing, really one car going one direction, the other going the opposite. And just because of that, that led to a collision and a lot of left side damage for Bob Burns, and certainly didn't have the most memorable run here tonight, but certainly I would say that is a turn for the worst for car number 67. Blake Warren coming out of pit lane, a lot of the leaders came down for pit stops, and surprisingly, not many of them actually went for tires, so I think all of them were compensating for fuel, and they were just willing to top off, take that risk. But a couple of soldiers staying out on the racetrack. Eric Rodriguez stayed out. Doug Lockgrove actually pitted but was caught under that yellow flag. There is Jake Rogers in second. What a job for him. Cal Farrell also stayed out, and he's now in the third position. There's Ben Crouch, Randy Riggs Jr. Then you have Nick Breeding, and there is Blake Warren who pitted. Keep an eye out on car number 8. But the complexion of this race, like I said, has just formed into another new level here. And Eric Rodriguez, with the strategy of staying out, it's a matter of if that strategy can keep itself together, because we are getting close to a quickie shootout here. The one to go signal this time, the pace car. Lights are off, and it will be off of turn number 4. And Eric Rodriguez, though, does he have enough to hold off Jake Rogers, Cal Farrell, and the rest of the field? A risky strategy could turn into a brilliant one if he can do it. Pace car is off, though. Eric Rodriguez will lead us down. Green flag back underway, and Rodriguez with a great jump. But Doug Locker, remember, he's a lap down, looking to try and get his lap back here in order to gain some track position as he goes to the inside. Jake Rogers loving what he's seeing right now, and he is now wanting to capitalize on the lap car shenanigans to try and catch Eric Rodriguez. He puts a nose underneath Lockrow, looking to make it 3 wide in the corner, but not able to that time around. Eric Rodriguez, with the advantage of turn number 4, and the Sirius XM car is able to lead the lap that time around with only 6 laps to go this time around. Eric Rodriguez in command, and Cal Farrell still getting hounded by the lap traffic behind him, but Jake Rogers is now right behind that 46 car. Doug Lockrow now trying to get around Austin James, much to Cal Farrell's dismay, and the 63 car trying to find the center speed off the corner. Great run off of turn number 4, and Jake Rogers has closed in the gap. Now right behind, Eric Rodriguez looking to put the bumper, trying to put the iron horn on that Toyota right in front of him, while the battle for third rages on. Ben Crouch looking to get around Cal Farrell for position, while Jake Rogers now looking to get underneath Rodriguez, but Lockrow thinks otherwise. 3 wide into turn 3, but backs it down to 2 wide for the brief moment. But Eric Rodriguez now getting hounded by Lockrow. Lockrow's not making any friends out there, and now to the inside goes the 24, not for position, but for Jake Rogers, this is for position. As he goes to the inside, Rodriguez gets shoved up the hill, and Jake Rogers now looking for the race lead, side by side off of turn number 2. Cal Farrell, though, where is he going? He's coming down pit lane. He doesn't have enough fuel in the tank. So car number 96's shot of a win is down the drain, and that gap he had coming in could really diminish because of it. And with only 3 laps to go this time around, Jake Rogers able to lead the lap that time around, and still to the inside, he's got it. He's trying to make it stick off the corner. Rodriguez keeping his ground up top, and Jake Rogers to the race lead, but he's coming down pit lane. Rodriguez is as well. Nobody's good on gas at the moment, looks like. Who's gonna stay out on the racetrack? Blake Warren is the one to stay out on the track. You saw the 8 car out on the track here. Warren came into the pits trying to top off on gas, so this could be the most beneficial call we've seen, and a clever call from them. Ryan Butcher, though, making it 3 wide for third underneath Ian Dutta and Edward Ziemba. A great scuffle up between the top 5 and top 10 area all around. Austin Murray, though, in second, has to come down pit lane. They might have just had some improper fueling, so they're not good to go. And Blake Warren, though, has just got a tremendously big gap over the rest of the pack as the white flag is going to fly. 1 more lap to go for Blake Warren. And Ryan Butcher, though, with a runner-up spot. Samuel England making it 3 wide for position. England not able to get the spot, but Blake Warren is just smooth sailing off of turn number 2. The battle for the top 5 still heats up, but Blake Warren just has to really run it down to the checkered flag, and he's been overshadowed by Edward Ziemba. This time, he's going to be the one on top, as Blake Warren's going to be victorious here at Pikes Peak. What a showing for Blake Warren. Led a crud ton of laps here today just to be victorious, and they backed it up here and ran right where they deservedly did with a first place run. Huge momentum gain for car number 8, Ryan Butcher. How about that? Second for him. I know Austin Murray's going to be disappointed, but what a turnaround for the Anjano team. This is great to see them run up front. How about Edward Ziemba third with Cal Farrell's issues? Speaking of Cal Farrell, where did he finish? As you see, England did end up in 5th, Ellison 6th. And where did Cal Farrell end up in car number 96? Where on earth is he? 21st in car number 96. That is a huge loss of points and a huge loss of traction for the Red Line team. And this could be costly, because if Cal Farrell loses this championship, they might look back on this race and say, and really have to figure out what went wrong for car number 96. But what a showing for Blake Warren in car number 8 as he disappeared from plain sight. He was so excited he had to drive the car into victory lane. What a showing for car number 8, and for Flipside Motorsports, this is huge for them. And what a race here at Pikes Peak. Tune in tomorrow here for some Hardy's National Series action. But as always, congratulations to the winner, and in this case, Blake Warren, his first career win in the NAPA Pro Series. We're going to take a look at the race results here, and we're going to see Blake Warren burn it out.